It is cool to be yourself. It is cool to be happy, to be free willed. For some reason, everyone thinks that it is cool to sit around, you know, excuse me, mean mugging everyone, looking at people like they're weird because they're smiling. Why do you smile so much? Why are you so happy, bro? What kind of world is this? What are we doing here? Example, me and my buddies were out downtown in Dallas, like 2 weeks ago or last weekend, and we're in this little spot. We're just kind of messing around, dancing, kind of just like jumping to some music. There, we were listening like the DJ was playing like Playboy Cardi, he was playing some like Dom Dolly, some house music, whatever he was playing. It was some good stuff, and we were by this like guy, a group of these like two guys with a couple of girls, and we were like kind of just like dancing. We were like, yo yo hey, just like just being idiots like we should be. Who cares? It's a club. People act like clubs is like the top status place you can be, but you got to pay a fee anyways to get in, dude. You know, um, and these guys kind of looked at us. They're kind of just like what the heck, like who are these weirdos? I think the real weirdo is the person that is sitting around trying to act cool in front of a bunch of people that don't even care about them, that don't even think they look cool. We're in a point in life where everyone needs to be like nonchalant, and I used to be one of those guys. Whole time it was just social anxiety. I think a lot of people need to face that. I don't know why it's seen as cool to just kind of be straight faced all the time. Look, if you're not a smiley person, if you don't like to smile a lot, that's totally fine. I mean, you don't have to be happy. You don't have to be smiling, jumping around everywhere. If you're just like a calm mannered person, that's cool. Like I'm pretty calm mannered. Um, but when you're looking at people like an idiot, that's lame, and it's lame for anyone. I've been guilty of it too. I've been guilty of making fun of people before. I'm guilty of talking behind people's backs, and the whole time they're just doing something that they love, and that's lame, man. And I'll take full responsibility for that. That is a lame thing to do. Um, I think that, and for the people that are watching this that are not free willed and that wish that they could make that push forward to like feel free. First step is to stop looking at other people like they're weird for being free, because that's going to hold your own mind back, because then you're going to think you're weird for being free. You know, a lot of people are just so in their heads with this type of thing, and life is too short, man, to not just live, just do your thing. Honestly, it's spotlight effect is a huge thing. Not everyone is looking at you unless you are like the DJ somewhere, or like you got paid to, or like a performer or something. Obviously, in those scenarios where you literally have a spotlight on you, like, yes, you're in the spotlight. But for the most part, man, like no one's really looking at you. Occasionally, someone will, but for how much you're worrying about it, it doesn't meet in the middle, man. It does not meet in the middle. So just live your life, dude. It's so short. For me personally, I have had such a release and stress from just doing what I want, saying what I want to say, being who I want to be, going to a freaking club with my friends and just messing around. Because like, why would we not? It's so silly. And when you say it out loud, when you say it out loud, I was at the club this weekend and I didn't do anything, have any fun, held myself back because I was worried about some random people I've never seen or talked to in my life are gonna have something to say about me, even if it's someone around you that you know. Who cares, man? And if these people are gonna make fun of you for being yourself, you don't need them anyways. They're only gonna hold you back. And I get it. I'm not gonna act like I don't get it. Like I said, I was one of those people before too, but it was just a lot of insecurity and anger built up inside me, which can all be released. And how do you release it? You start just doing these things. You realize that people don't really care, man. And people think that's sad, but people don't really care. Honestly, like, you're not gonna be in these people's minds all night. You might do something stupid, and they get the people, on the way home are like, oh, that dude was an idiot. Never think about it again. Or you have you have a conversation where you thought you did terrible in, like you're probably overthinking it anyways. I'm not gonna sit here and act like they instantly forget about it, because people don't, man. That's the reality. A lot of times people don't forget about things. It's not on their minds all the time, but maybe the next time you get brought up, they're like, oh, I had a really weird conversation with the guy. I'm not gonna act like that stuff doesn't happen. But even then, who cares? Who cares? What is it about that person that makes you so upset that you didn't make the conversation go well? You know? I mean, it doesn't, and then when it doesn't go well, here are your two choices: forget about it, move on, or you can try to redeem yourself. Talk to that person again, try to make it up to him. Like, there's fixes for everything. There's just no reason to be so worried about all these little things that don't even matter. I can make the example that people are dying, people are at war in different countries, and you're sitting over here worried about not smiling more or not wearing what you want to wear. Like that's honestly a privilege, pretty privileged take. When people are experiencing a lot worse. Um, so just be yourself, man. I mean, there's no reason not to. I mean, you for 99% of the time, most people that are watching this video probably are pretty damn cool people, but they just hold themselves back. Aren't doing what they want to do. Um, I will say though, with being yourself, if it's harming others, maybe you should go see a doctor. Maybe you should go see a therapist. For the most part, there's zero harm in being yourself, and people that are gonna make fun of you for being yourself when you're not harming anyone are so lame, and I guarantee you they are not putting themselves out there. And if it looks like they're putting themselves out there, I guarantee you it's not. They're not putting themselves out there for what they truly want. Because I will tell you what, the second that I started posting videos, I started you know, just making these videos in general, I started to look at everyone very, very differently that was expressing themselves. Even if I still think I was like, all right, well, I would never go that route. I would never post that. It's not my niche. Doesn't mean I'm gonna look at them weird. Just don't agree with it. Whereas it used to be, oh, this guy's weird whole time. I wanted to be posting stuff too, but I was too scared to. So that's a big confidence builder.